Okay guys, welcome to part 7. It's been a 2-week break since the last entry. Reason being, last week was very busy, and I just didn't have, despite doing some work on a car, I didn't have time to get in a video, and obviously away all week. One thing I will say about this week is just a note to the memory of my friend Dev. I lost him 4 years ago. A couple of days ago, so 4 years on Friday just gone, to a motorcycling accident. Miss you every day, and you know, spurs me on, or he would be one of the guys spurring me on to do something like this. So yeah, rest in peace, buddy. Okay, moving on. So, in the 2 weeks that we have, that has elapsed since the last video, what has been done? Yeah, small things, really. So, we talked about the bearing being a bit rough on the uprights. So, we've got the uprights here. So, we talked about it being a bit rough. It was worse than that. They were absolutely seized in. So, it has been well, it's been a bit of a problem to get it out. The bearings took a lot of hits, and what you sort of can see is bits and pieces and all types of stuff. There's one part of the spider. Yeah, it's quite a challenge getting them off. They were indeed buckled. We had a lot of trouble removing them, and that's what we did last week, is get all that stripped down. The good news is that after speaking with John, we decided we'll try and address the problem of the weakness with the F1 chassis. So I drew up, as you can see now, a picture and a schematic of an improved version of the Spider that's strengthened in certain areas to allow it to take the forces that are going to be presented on it and provide it a bit of longevity. What also it's going to do is it's going to go from the OEM disc, which is this, to the new disc, which is this. This is one that's readily available. It looks pretty cool, obviously, but readily available. The sweeping pattern is almost identical. The pitch circumference, pitch circle diameter, sorry, the PCD, is identical as well. However, the hole size increased from the 6mm on the OEM Spider to 10.5mm for the new disc, and as such, the new Spider will incorporate that new diameter and have enough land, both circumferentially and diameter-wise, to cope with the bigger diameter bolts. With that being done, that's going to make the front end a hell of a lot better, and hopefully more reliable, and eventually more cost effective. So there's been plenty of stuff. I mean, everything now has been torn down into the component parts. I know exactly where I am. I know what is seized, what isn't seized, what I need. Everything is a complete no now, and that is that job done. So one of the things we got on with this week was sorting out the exhaust. So I had an exhaust, in fact here, so I might as well get it up. So the exhaust, pretty simple. It's a 4-inch diameter tube made from aluminium. This one is about 450mm long. It needs to be 500mm long. Inside the tube itself, I know I'm looking away because I'm trying to look for it, but I'll find it. Here it is a perforated section. Okay, so eventually, as you can see, it's a lot longer. So the new tube that I bought, I'll be making the exhaust, putting the new packing in, and putting the original end caps back on to complete the exhaust silencer. We'll leave it like that for now. There are a couple of other tricks I'm thinking of doing if we get pulled up on certain things. However, for now, that's where we're going to be. Put them back. There we go. So this week as well, what have we been doing? Just thinking about it, we have been messing around with the seat brackets. I had a look at a couple of videos, actually, some great videos on YouTube about just to get on top of my welding skills. Looked at those and it was brilliant because it showed me various things to know how my welding was turning out. So that's improved, and as such I've made these couple of brackets with the help of John for the seat, because the seat has been finished and it comes on Monday, and with all that there is kind of nothing in the way now. We're finished, so the seat's arriving and we'll mount that, the brackets on the chassis, they can be fabricated accurately to mount the seat, and the rest of the car can then be sort of mocked up in a way where we can get everything in line and then decide final bits that we need and go, right, okay, we're happy with all the fabrication on the car, everything's been welded to it, and there's nothing else we need to do. From that point on, it's chassis time, and we can get the colour sorted of pretty much everything. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. It's a race next week, actually. I forgot to say about that. It's a race. It's the first official race of the season at Fulbeck, just outside Nottingham. I can't go on a Saturday, but I will be there on race day on a Sunday. I'll try and get some more footage of what's going on, see if there's any other, you know, bits and pieces I can get, because obviously having met everyone last time, you saw that in the previous video, having met everyone last time, you know, hopefully there'll be a bit more opportune to me sticking a camera in their face and going, so what's going on, what do you think, how did your race go, and so on and so forth. I'm sure they'll be fine. So we can get a bit more of that from them and move from there. Yeah, before I close, what I will say is that we've already had an individual take us up on the arrive and drive, actually, which was great to hear. So at least these videos are getting seen, and I hope they provide some use to some of you out there. If you are, as I always say, if you are curious, if there's absolutely anything you need from me, please just let me know in the comments. Drop me a message and everything like that. The one thing you will see, which I probably should have said at the start, but I always do this, as you know, before I go, is a new channel. So from now on, it's going to be on Kart to Karna. Again, where's that name come from? Obviously Kart and Karna, so like Jim Karna, that you'll probably see driving drift events. My good friend Will, who you'll definitely see during these videos at some point, jokingly, when I got my bike several years ago, turned around and said, right, okay, you're going to have a big sticker on the side, hashtag bike Karna. And anyway, we always laughed and joked, but the time seemed right now to create a channel, because what I'm going to try and do is, as well as documenting what I do in terms of leading up to the racing, we're going to be looking at you know, stripping the engine down, doing documentaries, stripping the gearbox down, doing a documentary. All these how-tos, what goes on, and proper instructional videos, we're going to try and roll them out so that, you know, anyone joining the series, you know, they can watch these videos and go, okay, you know, what is there to fear here? There's nothing unknown, and yeah, I saw that, or okay, it's not as crazy as I thought, because I've seen that on the video, and it just takes, you know, sort of in an abseiling term, just going over the edge away from all of you. So that's the idea behind Kart to Karna channel. So I set it, so as well as the channel, there's also a Kart to Karna Twitter, so you can get in touch with me there. Anything like that, please do let me know. I want these videos to be very, very much interactive, and so if you subscribe, if you comment, if you get involved, we'll grow the series. More people can see what's going on, and you know, it broadcasts it to a larger demographic, and tries to, you know, get karting seen as and recognition with adulthood that it should have. I mean, I think one of the things, you know, you will see is that, you know, people think, you know, you start in karts when you're a kid, and then you graduate to something else, whatever it may be. Racing is what this is about. So you know, it is a pure form of driving, a pure form of racing. These are extremely quick machines. You know, we're looking at 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, top speed of 110, 120 miles an hour, and you know, 2G braking and cornering force. This is serious. It's not, you know, if you compare that to a car, it is just something special indeed. So they're not toys. And you know, with the reason I'm doing this, one of the other reasons I'm doing it is the cost effectiveness of it. So speaking with John today, you know, we were mentioning about the 750 Motor Club and the series there, the 750 Racers that they have, which is like a Lotus style kit car. But what they do is they spend thousands and thousands on blueprinting the engine and gearboxes, and everything has to be right, and they spend a ton of money. In fact, you know, John said that they spent one engine rebuild for the 750 Motor Club for the 750 Challenge is equivalent to 3 years of karting. 3 years of karting. So that just gives you the idea. It's one of the reasons for doing it. I want it to be cost effective, and I want the racing to be intense. And again, that's where it's going to be. So, idea behind the channel is that promote the sport, promote what we're doing, promote the series, and try and get a wider audience from it. So I think that's it for this week. Next week, as I say, we'll be racing. We'll get some more stuff, and we can go from there. As I say, please subscribe, leave your comments, get in touch with me at Car to Corner, and yeah, we can go from there. Anything you need. Okay, I will say thank you and goodbye, and see you next time. Bye bye.